Namaste, everybody. Just wanted to quickly leap on and talk about my new series, which is the Pelvic Floor and Core Restore series. So this is really born from my own experience, having had 2 babies and obliterating my pelvic floor. And it's about my journey to reconnect with my root of my body. So I did lots of different things, yoga, Pilates, but the best thing for me was breathing, learning to breathe better and more fully, because I have a tendency to grip my abdominals, and I think that goes with quite a lot of the modern day society. When you're working hard and you're quite stressed, you can generally just grip here in the belly. And by gripping the belly, you're forcing pressure downwards into the pelvic floor, and it can actually weaken the pelvic floor more. And this goes with crunches. That's why postnatally doing crunches, pelvic tilts, pelvic sit-ups and things like that, really bad. You shouldn't do it, really bad. Okay, so let's just do an exercise just to give you a bit of a flavour for what we're doing at the moment. Into the pelvic floor. So I've just got a little model. So this is my pelvis. It's not mine. It's just a bony anatomy model. So the most important thing is the diamond shape. So you've got the 2 sit bones right at the back here, just supporting the coccyx, which is our baby tail, which is from evolutionary standards. You've got your pubic bone at the front, and these 4 points, pubis, coccyx, 2 sit bones, form the area of the pelvic floor. And you can see how big the pelvic floor is. So it's like a hammock, this supportive tissue that just is connective tissue. That's all it is really, and muscle that supports the internal organs. So it's really important that we learn to lift and draw up, otherwise things can fall out. So let's just do an exercise. So I want you to come into a seat. So asana is seat, so find your asana. And mula means root, so mula bandha, which is a root lock, is what we're going to be looking at. So find a little wiggle. So very important to wiggle before you find the pose. So have a little wiggle or find length in the pose, and then just start to paint the pelvis like a paintbrush. So you're just moving it forwards and back, just gently oscillating between the front part, which is your perineum, right where you wee from, and the back part, your anal sphincter, where you poo from. And the most strongest part, they don't call it rings of Uranus for nothing, is the back of your body. So the back part is where you suppress an excited fart. That's where we need to focus our energy. Good. Okay, so find that space between. So you've got that central space in the perineum, and really set roots down so you can grow length in the spine. So yoga is all about lengthening the spine to get that connection back with the pelvic floor. Take a womb mudra, so yoni mudra, the diamond shape, and that is the same shape as our pelvic floor, and just bring it into the lower abdominal space. And then taking a deep breath, fill this space with energy and light. At the end of the inhale, just feel you can feel the abdominals start to move in and up as you lift the side walls of the vagina, or if you're a man, just the perineum just lifting slightly. And then sighing out the breath there. So it's called the reverse healing breath. So inhale, allow everything to dilate. Exhale, draw in and up, and let go with a 2 more of those. Connect with the body by closing the eyes. And you can start to feel the dilation as you inhale, the pubic bone dropping. As you exhale, the belly drawing in, the coccyx dropping. Sit bones root. And one more. And another way of getting integration in the pelvic floor is to use the hands. Okay, so we're just going to work the wrists a little bit. So creating some fists, just start to roll the wrists a little bit, just to open up and free up the joints. And then take that action into the arms, into the elbows, start to make fluid, so like you're forking noodles. And then taking it the action into the shoulders, and then just start to elevate the arms. So you're doing some front crawl. Good, good, okay. And then from here, just bring a grip. So you're just taking, it's like you're shaking your own hand. So bring your palms together and squeeze. And when you squeeze, you feel a slight lift in the lower abdominals. So, and that helps to lift the pelvic floor as well. So create a little squeeze, and as you exhale, just drop the coccyx down, lift the pubic bone, and imagine you're planting a staff between the legs. And so go into, so when the staff is planting into the ground, it's quite hard, so it gently needs a bit of a push. And then repeat, so just doing a little rotation, and as you come up to the sky, you start to get into the hips a little bit here, just to release any tension at all in the body and the spine. And then bring the hands the other way, have a grip, squeeze, and then plant your staff, drawing it down, coccyx drops, pubis lifts, belly in. Lovely, and that's a really good exercise to help lift and to help support the pelvic floor. Okay, another thing that we'll be doing is the pelvic tilt. So really good to learn to breathe, and then you can start to do some movement. So bringing a block or something like a toilet roll or a cushion between the upper thighs. So you're quite close to the perineum, right close to the pelvic floor. So using these muscles here, they're known as the adductor muscles, can help to support the pelvic floor too. So having the hands down, just resting beside the body, and you can draw a little shelf for the heart and lifting the head, lifting the bottom just slightly, just so you've got length in the spine. Okay, so when you squeeze, that helps to stabilize the pelvis. When you release, you feel that the sit bones drop and you start to feel a little elevation in the back. So before you do anything, just do a little bit of squeeze and release, just to feel the differences in the spine. Squeeze, you can probably feel the lower back starting to lengthen, and then release, you feel a little bit of elevation. Okay, so let's just make that a little bit more pronounced. Okay, so on the inhale, so imagine you've got a clock face here. You're going to take the inhale down into the right, into the deep, what we call the 12 o'clock, into the pubic bone. So press the pubic bone down, sit bones down into the floor, so you feel the space. So you've got a colony of ants going underneath you. And then as you exhale, let's crush them. Draw the squeeze into the blocks and just allow the pelvis to tilt toward the belly button drawing in, squeezing the block between the legs. Inhale, release as you press away. Exhale, squeeze as you draw in. Good. And just one more. Inhale away and exhale, squeeze and draw in. Good. Really good. And then you can take it a little bit further. So on the inhale, tilt the pelvis away, pelvic tilt. On the exhale, pelvic tuck, drawing the tail in between the legs, so the tailbone lengthens. And then just start to press into the floor as you lift up. Keep squeezing the block, and then inhaling all the way down this line to the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, sigh out the breath. And then create a vacuum. Draw the belly in and up, and then keep that draw as you draw down to the floor. Good. And then repeat. Inhale, tilt. Exhale, tuck. Draw to 6 o'clock. Squeeze and lift. Inhale here. Just really feel the everything filling. The swell in the heart. Exhale, squeeze. Sigh out the breath. Draw in and up. Gently drop down with that connection. Good. Brilliant. And then just remove the brick away and hug the knees into the chest. You can also do a little bit of work into the lower abdominals as well, having the brick between the thighs, allowing the knees just to come over the hips. And then from here you can press the hands into, so using the hands again really helps to connect, and then just lift the shin bones so they're parallel to the floor, and then just have a little bit of pressure here, so you feel squeezing the brick as well, drawing the belly in, so so that you feel a bit of a core integration. Good. And then just release. It is a lot of hard work. It doesn't look like much, but then you're doing a lot. And then just one more. So inhale, exhale, draw the belly in, press the hands, squeeze the brick. Good. And then release. Lovely. And then just to release the pelvic floor, it's quite nice to massage the lower back. So we're just going to massage the lower back. And then you can start to open out the legs, bring the feet together, and then just draw the knees to close. Okay. And then you can press the knees away, open out the knees, draw in the knees together. Pushing away, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. You can add another layer by bringing the block between the feet and having now between the feet. So this is a really good opening, so you're lengthening the inner thigh muscles. So what we're going to try and do is use the squeeze. So take the arms out wide to the side. On the in-breath, just allow the pelvis to tilt away. On the exhale, squeeze into the bricks as you draw the knees up, but use the belly, drawing the belly, suctioning the belly in. And then inhaling, allowing it to tilt away. Exhale, squeeze as you draw up. And one more. Inhale. Press, squeeze, and draw up. Good. And then just draw the feet in, take hold of the block, and release. And then from here, it could be a toilet roll or a cushion. It doesn't have to be a brick. And then rolling onto the side. Great, and that's just a flavour of what we're doing and exploring in classes. So please join me. The link is below, so click it and come and restore with me.